I'm Scott, and this is episode 19 of What Makes This Map Great. This is the series where we take a deep dive into some classic games that hold a special place in my gaming heart. We're going to explore their amazing level design, beautiful art, creative combat encounters, as well as uncover their secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're covering Quake E3M6, Chambers of Torment. All sources used for this video will be linked down in the description below. Like, sub, do all the YouTube stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. Chambers of Torment is the sixth and final level of episode 3, the Netherworld for Quake. And our send-off for episode 3 comes to us from a duo of map designers, American McGee and Tim Willits. There's a large central courtyard that is full of lava, and it showcases a beautiful arched bridge. And that bridge leads us to our main mission objective, the Rune of Hell Magic. But to get there, it won't be easy. You'll have many corridors and rooms to explore with nail traps and treacherous moving platforms over lava. You'll also be searching for the silver and gold keys in order to proceed through the map. And there are only 2 secrets, which isn't many, but they are useful and they provide some very helpful supplies, so we'll make sure to uncover those. Unfortunately, you won't have to fight any shamblers in this map, which is sad. It's my favorite monster in all of Quake. Regardless, you'll have to face a lot of enemies, like Scrags, Ogres, Death Knights, Fiends, and several VORES. I hate VORES. They're just terrible. To give some context of the player experience up to this point in Quake, it all started at the Slipgate Complex, a military base that is home to a machine capable of dimensional travel, known as the Slipgate. An evil entity codenamed Quake sends its own forces through from the other side, defeating and turning all soldiers into mindless grunts. Ranger, the lone marine played by you, fights their way through with a mission to defeat this evil force and put an end to Quake. You step through the Slipgate and enter the dimension of the Doomed, a realm that is home to old haunted castles and dark underground caverns with monsters beyond our understanding. After conquering every obstacle, Ranger defeats Cathan, the realm's guardian, and obtains the Rune of Earth Magic. He discovers that a rune of magical power awaits him at the conclusion of each of Quake's haunted lands. Ranger then proceeds to the realm of black magic, where his fight continues through decaying castles, dark crypts, and ominous mansions. Nothing can stop him. He destroys the VORES sisters and acquires the rune of black magic. The rune whispers dark thoughts into your brain and reveals that the Hellmother Shub-Niggurath is behind all of this. You also learn that once armed with all 4 runes, the gate to Shub-Niggurath's pit will open, and you can face the witch goddess herself in her frightful otherworld cathedral. Ranger continues his mission, travels through the next Slipgate, and hunts for the 3rd rune in the Netherworld, a dark and barren place full of vaults and tombs, primal fear in a strange dimension, which is where our journey takes place. Let's not waste any more time, let's dive right in. We are provided a grand welcome to the Chambers of Torment. The purple sky above is massive, making us feel insignificant in front of this giant structure ahead. Opposite of this short bridge, an archway dares us to enter. This level will be using a combination of the runic and wizard texture sets, which pair well due to their similar cool bluish hues. The starting platform brought back these pyramid-shaped light fixtures we have seen in past levels, which I do like. And this courtyard is large in scale. The lava pit below looks dangerous, but we are encouraged to explore it. A red armor awaits us, as well as rocket ammo and some health should you accidentally dip your feet in the lava. But this otherworldly castle has threats beyond lava pools. Nearby ogres await to ambush, as well as a death knight awaits your approach. The red armor is inviting us to dive down first. Just remember that good things don't come for free in the Netherworld of Quake. Scrags will spawn in, meant to apply pressure while you navigate this dangerous space. But more threatening, a VORE has also spawned on the starting bridge. This nasty creature of the void will be providing pressure from above with its homing purple explosives. Your only way out of this situation is here. A frame of skulls leading into a tight hallway patrolled by more scrags. Love the metal frame for a walkway, and the tight yet tall vertical design of this hallway. Let's see some action. Drop down and grab the armor. Blow up those scrags. Use the bridge to block line of sight with the VORE above. This lava is hot. Ooh, she's nasty. Make way for the hall. Take out the scrags here, and it's somewhat safe. We're not done. Going up the lift, we'll be facing off with a death knight and an ogre. There's just enough room to circle strafe the ogre. The windows here are perfect for sniping the VORE with rockets. Also, notice the lighting and shadow being cast by these arch windows. Really cool visual in this room. And then down the hall, there's this final ogre. His pathing appears to be broken. He's just walking in circles in this one spot. Maybe the Netherworld has driven it mad. Okay, super nails for the Death Knight. Mind your distance with the ogre. And send rockets at the VORE. It's dead. We startled the crazy ogre. Let's put him out of his misery. This is just the starting area of the map. A great way to warm up for what's ahead. Hopefully, you still have some of that red armor after that chain of combat encounters. Proceeding down through the main entrance, an ogre guards a ring of protection. This is a wonderful setup for this power-up. You'll be making your way down these long halls with the advantage of striking first against ogres and scrags. We have these wonderful arch supports going all down this hallway, with a metal beam running down the center of the ceiling. Detailed brushwork that makes this hallway look like a supported structure. And the skulls on these textures make it evil and uninviting. This second turn has a descending staircase that offers a viewing balcony at the end, showing where we started, which is a creative way to connect spaces together. Continuing on, we have this chunky rafter system above. While the chunkiness of Quake is due to the polygon limitations of the mid-90s for 3D first-person shooters, it still works today, offering a strong visual design for these fortresses and castles in Quake. By this point, our ring of protection will be close to wearing out. An invisible trigger opens up a monster closet, revealing a fiend. But worse is what is down the next set of hallways. A VORE patrols. We'll get the first shot at it though. Side note, its idle breathing sound is gross and terrifying. Sounds like me when I snore. Jokes aside, Let's do this. I love when ogres stumble. Easy fight. Grab the Ring of Shadows, and let's sneak attack these threats. Rockets on the Fiend make every shot count. Rockets to the Boar. Use this corner for cover from its attacks. The ring is still active. Peek here, and we have a sneaky ogre. He's now a pile of jibs. This next set of halls is one of my favorite sections of the map. You have a wonderful pairing of runic and wizard texture sets. It's like a combination of bluestone tile mixed with this grungy skull metal support structure. The ceiling is open, showing off more of that purple sky, and it's all framed by this fortress architecture. I learned something today. These are called merlins, the sawtooth effect, or the teeth of battlements on castle architecture. If this is a lesson for you as well, let me know in the comments section. Continuing on, that sneaky ogre hiding in the corner, he's guarding the silver key door, our first objective, and that silver key isn't far. The iron lattice work is a cool design to create some layering in this room. This back hall is a secret, and being able to look in is a tease to encourage the player to explore this area. We'll get there soon. From what I can tell, there's a light placed in this part of the room, just by how the iron lattice is lit and has a couple of bright spots on it. The light placement creates diamond-shaped shadows on these hallway walls. Great lighting effect. But let's not get too distracted by this cool visual. Continuing down the hall, we have a Death Knight and a Vor. These two guard the silver key. And yeah, that silver key doesn't come for free. Once you pick it up, this beautiful veneer ceiling will open up, and two ogres will jump down and attempt to end you. Ranger is determined. Let's get that silver key. Shoot the ogre behind the ironworks. The Death Knight sees us. He's top priority. Take him down. The Vor is slow moving. Let's finish the last ogre here. Corners provide protection against VORES. Grenades off the wall to finish it. The ogres are too close. Use super nails to take them down quickly. Some health to top off here, and look at that, a red Q. Shoot it, the nearby wall lowers. You found a secret. Follow this tight hallway and pick up supplies. We're in that back hallway behind the ironwork lattice. Man, does it look cool here. Okay, at the end of this hall, we are rewarded a quad damage. But don't grab it yet. Press the Q floor button to open the wall, and we're back at my favorite hall. Silver key in hand, we can now proceed through the silver door. To maximize our quad damage, let's break the next parts down. Upon opening the silver door, two Death Knights await in this welcoming space. Again, we have this wizard relief texture inset from the runic metal. Ceiling has that nice veneer texture paneling. A staircase leads down into another space with a gold door, as well as a gold key on an upper balcony. Don't mind the fiend on guard duty below. And to our right, a door with that gearbox mechanism texture to its right. That usually signifies that this door opens elsewhere. Proceeding down the stairs, we enter the lobby. Continuing the artistic direction of the prior room, the ceiling features some iron paneling framed by blue stone. Fancy place for chambers designed for tormenting. And that gold door with the gold key above, so close, yet so far away. Fire sconces here have a nice design shape to them, which provide nice lighting with soft dark shadows in the corners. On that note, the scrag in the top corner doesn't appear to be receiving proper lighting. My guess is the light maps on the surfaces are baked correctly, but the torchlight source itself is bugged and not casting a proper radius of light here, therefore breaking the dynamic lighting needed to light the scrag. Anyhow, see that hall to the left of the Fiend? We'll need to head that way to get the gold key. You'll still have quad, so flying through these Death Knights should be no problem. But you'll need to be quick on your feet. These ogres above in the rafters will be showering you with grenades. You'll want to get on this elevator quick, which will take you to this upper level hallway. This Death Knight will want to cut you up. And yeah, you probably noticed looking up from the elevator was a red Q. Shoot it. You found a secret. A barrier across the elevator shaft opens, giving you access to the rafters where the ogres are. These supplies will be useful. Return up the elevator and continue down this hall. You'll have just enough quad to finish this second Death Knight, as well as the scrags in this adjoining room, which is nasty. While I love the verticality of it, and the flooring design just barely making it safe to walk over the lava, you should notice these nail shooters on the walls. Necessary damage. In order to proceed, you'll need to press this Q button on the floor and quickly make your way through this gate. Overall, easy combat encounters, especially with the quad and rockets. Just don't blow yourself up. Death Knights jibbed. Fiend cooked. Scrag done. These Death Knights and ogres are showering giblets. Up the elevator, swap to nails or the double barrel for close encounters. A couple more rockets for this final quad push. Don't forget our final secret. And see? Easy stuff. Now, this trap activates even as we approach the edge. Let's move quickly. Through the gate. Oh, an ogre. Let's show him our boomstick. We have a moment of rest and are about to experience the best part of the map, so let's do another breakdown. We'll be transitioning from these tighter quarters into a large open courtyard. Lava flanks both sides of this bridge we must cross, which itself has an arched bridge crossing over it. The sight is impressive. You have a castle-like structure to the right, and this long bridge with multiple arches spanning across the lava pool, leading to the exit teleporter. Notice the architecture overhead the teleporter. Nice rounded curves with a dome, which helps contrast against the more brutalist designs of the rest of the environment. I only have one real critique with this space, and that's in regards to the skull and rune trim texture used along the top of the outer walls. They are scaled up way too much. From down below, it may look okay, but getting close, it really loses its textile fidelity. It's most noticeable seeing it side by side with normal scale textures next to it. Anyways, let's continue on. We catch a glimpse of the Rune of Hell magic in front of the teleporter. Our search for this rune in the Netherworld finally comes to a conclusion, but such a cursed rune. is protected. 2 VORES stand on the arched bridgeway, like turrets, waiting for you to try and cross this bridge so they can launch their explosive purple pods at you. Luckily, we have rockets, and we can utilize this corner of the hall as cover before we venture out into the open. It's not the bravest combat strategy. One could be aggressive and use the bridge as partial cover. Maybe even lure out this Death Knight to catch the purple pods for you. I guess you get cool points for doing this instead. Okay, let's continue our way to that gold key. Down this hall, we have a couple scrags on guard. Easy combat encounter, but the archway at the end of the hall is gated. These bars are opened elsewhere. The hall features floor buttons, bloody Jesus buttons, an ominous warning for sure. You are required to press them in order to open the gated archway, which will also trigger open a trap door to the side, revealing 2 ogres and some nail ammo. Let's take a peek into the next areas. This ogre looks a bit silly riding on this moving platform. Just listen to him. He's having a good time. Joking aside, this room is beautiful. The stone marble wall decor breaks up the runic metal strips. The geometry is also detailed. It's not just a cubic room. And of course, the lava poses a dangerous setup with these moving platforms. The scrag is intended to get the jump on you, while the ogre tosses nades while moving on this platform. And we can't forget about the Death Knight here, which will either cross the platforms to close the distance, or it may cause some infighting by using its fire attack spell. Let's play it out. Scrag stand. Press these buttons. Nails and shotguns are your best bet. Grab the supplies. We can snipe the ogre with rockets. Rocket the scrag, and then finish off the Death Knight before he crosses the lava pit. Huh, this ogre in the lava must have aggroed on us earlier on in the map. Toss some nades to finish it off. We'll be continuing down this hall, which isn't too exciting, until you turn the corner and discover the gold key, and a familiar view of that lobby area from earlier. We've done a full loop of the map, but be careful. A VORE waits just around this corner, and will probably spot you as you make it for the key. The VORE protects the key, as well as this hallway. At the end of it is a fiend, guarding a Q button, which will open this door and bring us back around to the lobby. I love it when maps wind and lap around themselves to create an interconnected space. Last thing, I wanted to point out that long hall with the fiend. The hall has a nice lighting pattern, which really shows off the lighting tech of Quake when the fiend makes its way down the hall. Just makes it creepy, seeing the fiend go into shadow and emerge into the light. Well, let's grab that gold key. Corners are your friend when facing VORES. Peek and shoot rockets. This hall is long enough to send rockets at the fiend before it closes the distance. Press the Q button, and we're off to the gold door. Oh shoot, a Death Knight teleported behind us. Double barrel or nails will do the trick. Wow, he caught me off guard. Now we make our way to the gold door. Supply up on the way because this is the finale of the map. Opening the gold door, we'll be pushing through a swarm of scrag. They must like the warmth of the lava here. The runic skull trim texture really sets the mood for what's coming up this elevator. And I'm always a fan of this kind of ironwork flooring with lava underneath it. Check out the lighting affecting the scrags as they patrol. Cool effect. We go up the elevator and we've returned back to the large lava courtyard. But this time, we're on top of the arched bridge, and the rune is within grasp. But not so fast. 2 more VORES make an appearance for this final combat encounter. They'll be doing their best to stop you with their tracking explosive pods. And if that wasn't enough, a final trap triggers when you cross the arched bridge. 2 fiends spawn in, flanking you on either side of the bridge. What a nasty trap, as their leap attacks can do between 40 to 50 points of damage. If they both jump attack you and you have no armor, that could be an instant death. I'd say this lava courtyard is the Chamber of Torment. Well, let's go get that rune. Open the gold door. Blast this scrag. Rockets one-shot the rest of them. Up the elevator. Make sure your aim is true on these VORES. You can always drop down the elevator shaft to avoid a purple pod. Should the VORES cross the lava and break line of sight, use that edge for cover and finish it with the double barrel. Or use the back wall and bounce nades at the door. And now the bridge. This is a perfect time to use the Thunderbolt. Aggression is key. Charge and finish the fiend in front of you. Then turn around and send lightning at the final fiend. And here we are, through the Chambers of Torment. The rune of hell magic awaits us. We grab it. You got the rune. And the teleporter gate opens. It's a welcome sight after fighting through the torment of this place. We step through. Score screen here, showing off the amazing lava courtyard and its beautiful opposing architectures. The charred viscera of diabolic horrors bubble viscously as you seize the rune of hell magic. Its heat scorches your hand, and its terrible secrets blight your mind. Gathering the shreds of your courage, you shake the devil's shackles from your soul and become ever more hard and determined to destroy the hideous creatures whose mere existence threatens the souls and psyches of all the population of Earth. We return to the introduction map with 3 of 4 runes acquired. One final episode remains, the Elder World. Your worst nightmares come true. We enter this hallway, old, decrepit walls and wooden steps welcome us in, with a pool of water inviting us for a swim. We dive in and swim down, only to fall through and discover that water floats in this strange dimension. This place is dark and foreboding. A giant rusted gate groans as it slowly opens to reveal crucified zombies in front of a slipgate. Stepping through, we arrive at the sewage system, a military base with lots of winding and overlapping spaces. One of the most complex maps in Quake, which we'll make sure to cover in a future video. So here's the part where I go over some quick trivia regarding our featured map. There wasn't a whole lot I could find, but here's a couple. There are a couple of major skips that are somewhat easy to achieve. The player can perform a rocket or grenade jump from the gold door room to the gold key. You can also perform a rocket or grenade jump from the lower bridge of the lava courtyard room up to the rune bridge. skipping the gold door and the 2 VORES. You will have to survive the 2 fiends that spawn in though, so good luck. This is also one of the levels that was showcased in a screenshot early in development. I'm sorry, the image resolution is really small, so I try to scale it up just enough without losing too much detail. But you can see just how much a map or a game can change from alpha to release. The lighting is a big difference, but also the amount of extra geometry used in this hall, opening the ceiling and revealing the chunky castle-like structure above, and in the back hallway seeing the added lattice work to block off a secret hallway along the room. I love seeing work in progress shots of my favorite games. I wish more devs would share their process of development more often. So, what makes E3M6 Chambers of Torment a great map? The map features a large, memorable central courtyard and provides an immediate sense of scale, as well as giving us motivation to obtain the Rune of Hell magic. The level uses a clever, interconnected layout, forcing the player to complete a full loop to secure the gold key before finally returning to the lava courtyard space for the grand finale. This circular structure creates a rewarding sense of progression and spatial mastery. Additionally, the level effectively combines the runic and wizard texture sets, leveraging their cool bluish hues to create a bold, ominous atmosphere that contrasts with the hot red lava. It features detailed brushwork, impressive scale, and strong structural design. The excellent use of shadow and lighting, such as the secret hallway with the iron lattices casting those diamond-shaped shadows, it not only enhances the visuals, but also adds this element of creepiness. The map is also relentless. It uses a variety of enemies, especially tons of VORES. This constantly applies pressure to you, and often it's from high ground positions like the 2 VORES on top of the arch bridge. The combat is also layered and strategic from the start, mixing ogres, death knights, and scrags. Key moments like the 2 VORES at the lava courtyard, or even the dual fiends that spawn in as you cross the bridge. They serve as memorable, challenging moments. The map also features some well-placed power-ups and pickups like the Ring of Protection and the quad damage, which are immediately followed by combat encounters that are designed to maximize their use. And while the secrets were few, there were only 2, they were extremely useful. The red armor doesn't count as a secret, but that does encourage you to explore the map, to dive down under the starting bridge and navigate that lava space. And finally, the inclusion of lava pits with moving platforms, the nail shooting trap, and the monster closet reveals, they make sure that the environment itself is a constant threat, which it really lives up to the map's name. Chambers of Torment, designed by Tim Willits and American McGee, is a solid example of expert level design. Their work here accomplishes an amazing balance, an oppressive atmosphere combined with intensely strategic combat and a looping interconnected layout. E3M6 isn't just a challenge, it's a perfectly crafted finale for the Netherworld, forever cementing its status as one of Quake's truly great maps. What are your thoughts on E3M6 Chambers of Torment? Any moments that proved to be an extreme challenge for you? And how did you do at that grand finale crossing the bridge? I'd love to hear them. Share your stories down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.